Today we have the honor of having Dr. Seabrook on our show. She's a world-renowned psychologist, and today she'll be talking to us on the interesting topic of cults. Why do people join cults? And could you please give us a definition of what a cult is for our audience members that might not know?
Of course, and thank you for having me. The book definition of a cult is a particular system of religious worship, especially with the reference of rites and ceremonies. So it's like a group of individuals with like-minded beliefs and interests who form a group together.
Alright, so throughout the years there have been many well-known cults that have taken very extreme measures to join credibility and followers. What makes a person more susceptible to joining a cult?
The reasons differ and varies from person to person. Some join because they're gullible, the desire to want to fit in or need to fit into society, and the pursuit for truth. These factors cause a person more likely to join a cult because they're easily convinced and they support anything the cult leader believes in.
Do you think that accountability has a part in why people may join a cult?
Yes, a common theory that is discussed is risky shift. This is when people feel less responsible for their actions because they are part of a group and they are more inclined to participate in actions that they would normally not do alone.
So the risky shift theory is commonly used in the relation to cults. I remember reading an article recently about evaluation apprehension. Could you please tell me more about this theory?
Yeah, I was about to touch on that. So evaluation apprehension is a theory in psychology about the concern for others' opinions and how it may improve individuals' performance. This is directly involved with cults because the cult members are trying to please their cult leader, so they will try harder and do better just to because they know they're being watched, and it will make the individual stronger, and if the individuals in the cult are stronger, the cult will grow stronger and better as a whole.
Okay. So Dr. Seabrook, could you please tell me what evidence in the field of psychology is there to support these theories?
In psychology, there's many theories and explain how and why we do what we do. One of these perspectives in the sociocultural perspective of psychology, that is how people's behaviors are affected specifically by their surroundings, social and cultural factors. These things include concepts of beauty, values in politics and religious beliefs, and many other social organizations. This relates to cults because they find a common thread in one or more sociocultures. These have caused individuals to find each other and form cults.
So what you're saying is the common interests of the group are what makes them form such strong bonds and makes them so strong as a whole?
Yes, exactly. People primarily find their friend group or partner by having common interests and beliefs on many things. This usually causes pretty healthy relationships, but if the view of the group are unpopular, then this will cause a cult to form.
Are there any other perspectives that explain the formation of cults?
Yeah, another psychological perspective relates to cults is humanistic, because this is the approach of individuals having the free will to do as they wish. The sense of freedom may turn and lead individuals seeking a place where they belong to find a cult using their free will.
Wouldn't it be more probable for free will to cause people not to join a cult than the latter option?
Well, you would think that, but the case is in fact that certain individuals that are looking for a place to belong may find a cult on their own because of free will, and that's how they would join.
Alright, how can other psychologists in your field use this information on cults?
I think that they should study the effects of free will. That way that we can conduct this experiment would be studying cults in communist countries and cults in free countries, and we can see how they differ and how fewer of them in communist countries because they don't have free will.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Dr. Seabrook. That's all the time that we have for you today.
Yes,
thank you for coming on the show. It was so nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. And just contact me if you have any questions.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So today we're very lucky to have secured Mr. Jim Jones, the surprise guest speaker. He's the famous cult leader from Jonestown. Can we please give a warm welcome to Mr. Jones to the show?
Woo!
Hey. Wait, you're not Jim Jones.
No, I'm Mary, from the Bible.
Mary from the Bible.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but Mr. Jones is a very, very busy man, as I'm sure you know. So he sent me to come through.
Well, it's very nice to meet you, Mary. I have a few questions to ask you if you are okay with that.
Sounds good.
Okay, so to start out, I would like to ask you to tell me a little bit about your church.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just so into the gospel. Jim Jones, he just believes, and he preaches so well. He preaches the social gospel. He believes in human freedom, love, equality, charity, and helping all members of society. He believes in equality for all races, no segregation. He believes in love, in trust, and he believes in friendships.
Well, Mary, so as most of Mr. Jones's followers, would you call yourselves?
We are the Temple of People.
Okay. Well, as many of his other followers, I'm sure that you have a very interesting background. Could you please tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I never had a real family until the Temple of People. I didn't have much friends in school. One day I was walking down the street and I heard some talking about Jim Jones and his beliefs, and I was uplifted, and I went to the church and they were so accepting and loving, and I knew right then at that moment I found where I had belonged.
All right. Well, so after talking with the psychologist, Dr. Seabrook, excuse me. Okay. I thought of a few questions that I have for you. One is, if you had a loving family and loving friends, do you think that you would have joined this church?
I honestly do not believe if I had a loving family that I would have joined the church, but the church has been the only thing that's been there for me. They're my family, they're my friends, my brothers, my sisters, my loved ones. I cherish them. They're all that I have.
Okay. Moving on. Okay. Your church gets a lot of judgment. I'm gonna use the C word. I'm gonna throw it out there. It's frequently called a cult. What do you think about this?
We are not a cult. We are people. We come together and we support equality and love for all. Jim Jones is my savior. How dare you? How dare you